Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name's Rochelle and I am doing a reading for the collective. This is what the universe wants you to know right now. Right now, in this very moment. Just put some prosperity dust on the table. Great. More space. All right, so how am I beginning this? Yeah, angel cards. Always got to start with some angel cards. Intention. We've got an angel playing golf. Going for that hole in one. Adventure. An angel with a walking stick. One of my favorite words ever. It may be that it's time to set an intention to go on some kind of adventure. This could be a physical adventure, to go traveling, to even go out your back door and see, just start walking and see where you end up. But it can be an internal adventure as well. So let me, how am I going to begin? Yeah, I think I'm going to start with the wisdom of the oracle. I love this deck because it's great. It often gives me a story of some kind. We've got mending, 52. This just showed up in the weekly, right? I think so. I always forget my readings. 42, chop wood. And it's the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And orphaned, number 5. 765. Interesting. So this can speak to making some kind of amends with someone. It speaks to forgiveness, really working on letting bygones be bygones. It's not about sweeping things under the rug. It's about facing them head on and resolving. This is like kind of the opposite of sweeping things under the rug. This is lifting up that rug, really getting into those cracks and crevices where things get stuck. This orphaned card is interesting because this could be someone else who is feeling abandoned, left out, lost even, as you start to work on cleaning things up in your life. This can also be your own energy where you're finding yourself feeling alone. Maybe there's like a certain mindset that you struggle with around feeling, maybe you have abandonment wounds, or feeling rejected or something like this. And so maybe that's something that you're trying to work on and overcome, but it's not an overnight process. It's something that it takes time to shift that mindset. Let's keep going. Let me get some cards from my new Oracle deck. This is the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. What are you not seeing right now? Is that what it, yeah. What are you not seeing right now? Little Red Riding Hood. I am not a victim. Number 3, I am not a victim. So you may be stuck in some kind of victim mentality where you are, like I said, there's some kind of abandonment wounds or rejection or something like this, and it's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you separate from the world because there is a victim mentality attached to this. And so for you, it's this is a part of the healing. This is a part of what you are working on overcoming. That whatever has happened here, where, I think the thing that I keep kind of getting stuck on is that it looks like something is being resolved here or being worked on, but then there's this victim mentality that is kind of halting the process, or it's kind of a, the Brits say spanner in the works. For anyone who doesn't know what a spanner is, it's a wrench. I had to look that one up. Let's see. What else? What are you not seeing? The butterfly ferrets. I am reborn. Okay, I am not a victim. I am reborn. Butterfly ferrets. Isn't that interesting? I think ferrets are so dang cute. My cousin used to have a bunch of them. Put wings on them. Oh boy. that would be interesting. Yeah, so you're overcoming this victim mentality, or you will be. This is something to pay more attention to. It's what's been holding you back. And as you kind of ground yourself, as you take accountability for yourself, for your actions in your life, if you've been kind of isolating yourself and then feeling bad about that, it's like it's changing things up. Oh, and we have a dragon. The dragon came up like 3 times in the weekly reading yesterday. A time to say goodbye. Something is about to end for now. And I think this end is what you are leaving behind. Partly having to do with this victim mentality. Now, again, if this isn't you and this is somebody you're dealing with, you may be choosing to walk away because like if somebody is, okay, see, how do I say this? It's like if somebody is in their own kind of victimhood, then chances are they're pointing the finger at you. Because that's one of the things when we are in a victim mentality, we are looking outside of ourselves. We're looking for something or someone to blame, because that helps us to feel more like a victim. And if you're used to, like, I am an expert at being a victim. I spent a good portion of my life in this kind of mentality, and I picked it up from my ancestors, from my, maybe that's not the right word, from my lineage. And it has been a long process, and I still work on it sometimes. I still struggle sometimes. And so anyway, it's like there's something about overcoming that feeling of needing to blame others and taking accountability for yourself. And if you don't like what's going on around you, that it's recognizing that that's a reflection of yourself, and you're saying, okay, I'm going to change this. I am reborn. I am taking my power back rather than giving it away. The victim mentality, you give your power away, and you're saying, I'm ending this. It says for now. I mean, everything happens in cycles. Things come back around. We think we're like fully healed, and then something comes up and triggers us, and then we're like, oh, okay, I guess I have more healing to do. But there is intention. There's intention. Is this a word? Intentionality? It is now. Oh, yeah. Intention. Yeah, there's an intention to stand in your power. And to be like, okay, I'm not going to be a victim anymore, because that keeps me feeling sad and alone and isolated. And you're overcoming this. So, okay, Moonology deck. What is ending? I mean, I feel like, yeah, let's see. Let's just see what the Moonology deck has to say about what's ending. If there's more than this victim mentality. It's time to release negativity. See, there it is. Full moon in Scorpio. This is a natural progression from what you have experienced, what you have gone through, and you're coming to a place where you're recognizing that you want to stand tall, you want to feel confident and be confident in who you are. And a part of that comes from shifting your mindset from something negative, poor me, worst case scenario thinking, all that kind of stuff, and saying, okay, well, if my life is a reflection of what's going on internally, and I want my life to look different, then I need to shift something internally. And so you're making a conscious choice to be more positive, to lean more in that direction. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. See, when you get into that positive mentality, then you're like, oh, yeah, this works for everyone. This doesn't work for anyone. This just, it displaces you. It alienates you from others. People are like, especially if you kind of demonize or attack people for being a certain way. Remember, 1 finger pointed out, 3 fingers pointed back. It's like, people are like, oh, okay, you're blaming me for something, whether that is warranted or not. It pushes people away. And so by you kind of embracing this positive attitude, you are creating connection again, or deeper connections with people, which is great for everyone. And work through your fears. Time to release negativity and work through your fears. That's where the win-win outcome is forecast, because the fear, there's a deep, deep fear of being abandoned and rejected. And it's like, it's been a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so, this could be where, like, you're working with your shadow side. You're kind of doing that deep dive and going within, and continually bringing yourself back to this place of, I am not a victim. Kind of, the very first step in any kind of thing like this is awareness. You got to have the awareness before you can take those steps. And so you're becoming aware of how you keep yourself stuck. And you're saying, okay, I'm going to do something about that. You're taking back your power. I really love this. So is this what I want? Yeah, let me get some cards from the Forest Spirits Oracle. Let's see. You will be blessed by the typo. What's coming in? What are you manifesting? Jaguar Spirit, choices. Glean wisdom from the past and fearlessly follow the path that resonates with your soul. Yeah, you're stepping onto a new path with, you're going through some kind of rebirth. And you have choices to make. Do you stay in the same kind of mentality or do you shift that? Well, what hasn't been working, this negative thinking hasn't been working for you. So what can you do about it? Makes me think of the quote by Einstein. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. And you're finally coming to the understanding. You're like, oh, if I want different results, if I want to see that reflected in my life, I got to make new choices about how I think. Because how you think affects how you act and react. And so changing your thinking, releasing the negativity, is going to change how you show up in the world. It's going to change how people receive you and how things kind of fall into place. You're going to start manifesting really positive things. Yeah. And all right. Yeah. We've got Grasshopper Spirit. I always have to say it like that. Research challenge. Be brave enough to take risks and try to exercise your agile reaction ability and versatile skills. Be brave enough to take risks and try, which is what this choice is about. You're stepping into, it's like it's a part of the decision you're making to be more confident, to make choices, to think about things in a more positive way. And I feel the need to point out, this isn't about toxic positivity. This isn't about pretending that bad things don't happen or that bad things aren't happening around you. The positivity it's simply the idea that no matter what is happening, you know that it's going to work out, that you're okay. Even if it's a really tough, painful situation, it's happening for you, not to you. And there's a lesson in it. And you may not get that lesson right away, but it's like having the faith that you will, trusting that you're going to figure out why this is all happening eventually. And knowing that whatever's going on, you will overcome it. You can overcome it. So, I got more. I love this one. Fish Spirit, positive. See, it's time to release negativity and lean into the positive. Maintain your freedom and independence. Good luck will slowly approach you goods. So you get blessed by the typo as well. Yeah, see, you're shifting your you're going to be starting to manifest. You're going to be starting to notice that better and better things are showing up for you, are unfolding for you. And it's directly related to this inner shift that you're going through. and choosing to be positive, choosing to be brave and take a leap of faith towards something that you might have decided to forego in the past. You know, it's that, again, with that poor me mentality. Oh, it's never going to work out, so why even try? I'm not calling anyone out, but there are a lot of us that are really good at kind of being in this type of mindset. And you, so yeah, you're basically like, all right, I want to see the lasting changes. I want things to get better. And so you're doing something about it. Good luck. We'll slowly approach you kids. Okay. So where are we at? What's the next practical step you can take? I'm gonna, because I just got this deck. This is my Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Let's see what I can get from this. What's the next practical step you can take? The Hierophant. Taurus energy. Read a book and smoke a pipe. Just kidding. Or read a book. I'm not kidding about that. King of Swords. It's King of Hearts. He's holding a literal heart here. Let me get one more. This is 3 of hearts, 3 of swords. So this is about educating yourself and being willing to be brutally honest with yourself around what's been working, what's not, and choosing to look at the logical path forward. It's kind of removing the emotions temporarily, because emotions are very, very important for all of us. And sadly, many people are taught to ignore or push down or push away emotions. But in this case, like I said, temporarily, this is looking at things from a very kind of logical perspective and being like, yeah, this is what's working, this is what's not. And especially focusing on what's not, and focusing on where you have encountered heartbreaking situations, things that felt like they were tearing you apart, and reframing those things. And recognizing, like, okay, what was the lesson in that? Yes, it was painful. Yes, I've been carrying this with me for a long time. This is part of the chop wood. This is part of doing the work. And saying, okay, what did I gain from that? And this, you might have to dig deeply for this, because when we're used to being a victim, it can be, we might look at something and be like, how was that good for me? That was the most horrible thing I've ever encountered or endured or whatever. There's no way, like, there's nothing good about it. But, it could help to reframe it. What's the lesson? What did you learn from that situation that you will never make that choice again? Or that you will set better boundaries in the future, or you will, it's going to be very personal to you and what you've learned. But we all go through the pain and the heartache, the betrayal by different people, and it's looking at why did that happen and how did I feed into that, because it always takes two to tango or more. We're always an active participant in our life and what's happening to us, even if we're used to looking outside ourselves. So it's taking accountability for what has happened and saying, I'm not a victim, even though something might have happened where I was victimized. I'm not going to let that be my story that affects the rest of my life. I'm going to say, okay, this happened to me. How do I rise up? A great example is Colette Baron-Reid, who created the Wisdom of the Oracle and a number of other amazing decks. And she has a crazy story about how she was a crazy drug addict, and this one night she was gang raped, and that was the turning point for her, where she saw herself from outside of herself, and she understood all the things that had brought her to that place. And so not only did that help her to come out of that crazy time in her life, but it also was the point in which she started to connect with, I think she calls it the dude, God, the universe, whatever. But she developed a direct connection with her, with spirit, with source, God, and that set her on this amazing trajectory in her life. And she is, if you know anything about her at all, she's amazing, and she's living her best life. And so anyway, it's shifting how you see what has happened to you and gleaning the good out of it, the positive. So let me look at the this one, Gateway of Light Activation. There's something else I was gonna grab, but I might just end on this. Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Yes. Yep, inner discovery, because you're doing that deep dive and you're discovering, I don't know, it's almost like a newfound superpower or something. The ability to see the positive even in difficult situations. And you're recognizing how everything that has unfolded in your life is sacred. Even the tough stuff, because it's like the fuel that you can use to boost yourself into the stratosphere, but also forward into your life in a new way, where you're going to start drawing all this good to you. Hathor Light Codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. See, there it is. You're recalling your power. You're upgrading yourself and your whole, it's like your mentality is shifting. You're in that, your emotions along with that. You're learning how to see differently, see through new eyes. And Stellar Gateway Activation, Infinite Potential Manifestation Vortex. And the Manifestation Vortex is all the good, all the good luck, I got to put that in quotes, that will slowly approach you goods. I put good luck in quotes because I always say this, luck implies that it's random. This is not random. This is all very intentional. This is you doing the work. This is you showing up, choosing to show up differently, and becoming aware of where you have held yourself back. You're doing the work. You are you're overcoming major difficulties. Not just overcoming, but embracing them as a part of your life experience. It's who you are, but it doesn't define what you've been through doesn't define who you are. It's a part of who you have become, and you can use that. You look at the past in order to make the necessary changes for your future. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. I'll just say finally, this is all part of the adventure. Lean into this as if it's an adventure, because when we're on an adventure, we're curious and we're interested and we're excited. What's around the next bend? What's coming up? Let's go see, what life has to offer, versus shrinking back from fear. This is overcoming that fear, being brave, right? Being brave and taking the risks and letting go of this old way of thinking. So I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah.